experimenting a little bit more. So probably LGD is in a dominant position when it comes to drafting.
Yeah, well, this Game 2 draft is now up on our screens, and we do know that LGD are going to be having first pick this time round.
The last 3 matches they played versus each other, Team Spirit had first pick coming into it. So this is a big shakeup.
Yeah, both teams are fighting for second pick probably, and then for Dire as a second priority. And we saw Team Spirit, what happened, I mean, Aster did this to them, where they beat their Chen, and now Team Spirit did not dare to pick it again on first pick, even though they did it the series before in the lower bracket. They went away from it. They did not dare to pick the Chen into LGD either, as they lost with it. They went for Tiny, and they got beaten by Chen. So they're in a tough situation. Now they have to decide whether or not they give them the Chen again, that they just lost to. And, you know, it's probably a little bit tougher to do, because LGD is going to first pick it, and Spirit's going to get to react with 2 heroes straight away, whereas they only had 1 hero to react with in the first game, so it's their call. They must have talked about it.
Yeah, definitely. Is there any other heroes that pick out as potential first phase ban worthy that they could be deliberating here?
I mean, they have banned, LGD banned Phoenix in the first series to set up for the Chen. They didn't get to ban it this time around. They decided to go for the Wyvern and the Io. Could also be a message. It's hard to tell. I mean, at this point, it's just up to Spirit whether or not they want to poke the bear once again or just change it around. It's a best of 5. They could afford to lose a second time to Chen and decide later to ban it.
Do you think there's even a world like LGD, like Spirit have lost so much confidence maybe in their Chen? Do LGD even need to first pick the hero?
I would love for them not to. I think that's how you get in their heads. It's like, you don't even pick it, you pick something else and threaten an 8-pick Chen. And that's the toughest position to be in for drafters. Like, do you pre-pick for the Chen that you know is coming and it might not come, and then you're just completely broken. Okay.
It's just straight ban down. They don't want to do it. They don't want to handle it.
So LGD and other Chinese teams' response to Razor has favorably been this Faceless Void, but it's not something that I've seen Spirit do as comfortably.
Not really. Yeah, but they have lost to it, so maybe they respect it. It's going to be interesting. Definitely it's going to get banned out if they don't pick it here. I wonder if LGD picked it in a scenario where they picked it as a closing pick for the first phase, or if it was exposed, because it's harder to pick it here. They're not going to go for the Void, probably. This is going to be their answer. Viper Marcy. I mean, probably the toughest lane in Dota to lane against for anyone that has played against Viper Marcy. It is obnoxious. It's really hard to even find something that goes into that. Razor definitely cannot even get close to that lane.
10 seconds
He will just speed on that lane.
I think LGD may be having some PTSD going back to Riyadh Masters. They played against the collapse off-lane Viper both games. The lanes went very, very favorably for Spirit, but they weren't really able to outmaneuver LGD going into mid-game. Arme would just recover in his jungle the entire time and get back to the top of the net worth lead, and it's like the laning never really happened.
Radiant's team.
The Dazzle closing out this first phase of picks. Do you feel that you are struggling to pair something with this Razor now for the lane, Seb, or it's just very much we needed a strong 5, Dazzle's most likely going to be banned out the next phase?
Definitely that. I think Dazzle's also a very good hero with Razor. Razor is a hero that frontlines and kind of forces the enemy to put a lot of attention on him, obviously, but gives a lot of freedom for Dazzle to position himself, cast his spells without being threatened. And they're putting a lot of emphasis on protecting the Dazzle too with the buck ban. Probably one of the best mid laners at, you know, killing the Dazzle, getting to the backline. The Void is banned too now, which is probably LGD's the hero they're the most afraid of facing when they pick Razor. So they're just going to build a really strong draft around this Dazzle, and I see a lot of laners with Dazzle, like pair with them, that could actually lane decently into the Viper Marcy. They're probably not going to win the lane, but they're going to do just fine. Dazzle is a very strong laner after all.
May I ask, when you guys played the Morphling, was it the hero that you felt dealt the best with Razor that was left in the pool? Do you think we might see Spirit look maybe towards it? They have played at this tournament.
Yeah, Yatoro Morphling is something to, like, a force to be reckoned with, for sure. It's a hero they could be looking at. It's an amazing hero against Razor. It's maybe not the best laner into him, or it could be if you have a strong laner with you, such as a Marcy, for instance. We did that. It can very, very much work. Definitely a hero to look out for if you're LGD. I'm looking at heroes such as CB, I mean Alk, already got banned. Pango they have a Dazzle Pango concept, LGD. They always pair these two heroes together. I do not understand why either. It just feels good. It could be a lot of things. Anyways, just a lot of respect from Spirit to banning that. I would like for them to ban the Terrorblade, potentially. It could be a really strong pick for LGD. I could see how TB Dazzle could get really well into the lane, actually, against Marcy Viper.
If TB does get banned, is there another pairing similar to that LGD could fall back on?
I mean, this Marcy Viper lane is hard. There's really few heroes that you want to send there, and whoever you send there, you just wish them best of luck. They actually tell it to each other. It's like, well, somebody has got to go there, guys. You know, good luck. Enjoy your time. We'll catch up. You know,
we'll see you in 10 minutes, maybe. You know,
let's maybe stack some camps for you or something.
Like somebody has to tank that lane. Yeah, and nobody wants to go. Nobody wants to go there.
I feel like the panel has talked about this a lot, and I'm not sure if you have yet. When we see Razor and Viper, Nature's Prophet tends to be in discussion as a hero that teams at the beginning of this tournament definitely like picking up and has since fell off. What's your thoughts on it?
I think it's because probably teams had success against teams that were less experienced at playing from behind, and then Prophet felt very strong, and then everybody faced teams that had a rough laning phase because Prophet dominated the laning phase, and then it just falls off. Like Prophet into most of the carrying matchups. We've seen Spectres, we've seen TV, so many heroes are just going to take him over, and it just feels bad when you play teams that are that good as Team Spirit or LGD. Sure, you feel good for the first 10 minutes, and then suddenly you feel helpless, and you feel like you just want to give yourself a better shot at winning the game rather than being fine in the laning phase. And at the end of the day, Marcy and Viper are designed to win the lane, and trying to win the lane back, maybe you're playing into their hands instead of kind of opening your mind and being like, sure, they get a head start, but how can we work around that rather than kind of banging your head against the wall and trying to beat a Viper on lane? It's not going to happen.
Makes sense, yeah. Team Spirit likely to pick up a support here, I would assume, seeing as they showed a core in first phase and they have the second pick.
They have put the Viper on 5 position. It could also be interesting to deal with the Razor 3, so maybe they will try to find a flex pick. It would be the strongest for them in the draft since they're a second pick. They don't have to, but it could be a possibility.
They're actually really low on reserve time. I just noticed that. They only have 12 seconds left.
Okay, they're committing. It's a Razor Marcy. It's coming for real.
Bane's a bit of an unusual 5. This was just really Entity and Fishman. They're the only team who's played it. The main thing it brings to the table, like when I see these Banes, like all this disable as well as the BKB piercing disable. Yep. Are they expecting some kind of hero? Is this like good against the Razor because of that, or okay?
I mean, okay, they go for the. That's a good lane. That's a very good lane.
Why is that such a good lane? What does that add?
I mean, Naga Dazzle is a very strong lane that doesn't have to worry about the Viper Q, obviously, because Naga dispels it. And Naga, when Naga clicked illusions, of course, it's really hard for Viper to understand which target to hit. And by the time she actually finds the real Naga, there's already too much damage dished out on top of the Viper. You have the heal bomb that you call when you heal the Illus. Obviously, you get the full damage from the Shadow Wave from Dazzle, also an insane amount of damage, physical damage that cuts through the Viper. That lane plays really well into Viper in the lane, and also obviously in the game. Viper is completely helpless against Illusion heroes. It's an amazing pickup. So does the Tusk, by the way. A lot of synergy, a lot of physical damage. They're kind of adding up on the physical.
And going into mid-game, how is Marcy and Bane able to deal with these illusions, especially when they tank up through getting a Skadi and a Manta?
They can't. They cannot. I mean, right now LGD is gonna completely outscale Spirit. Spirit is all in on the lanes. They have insanely strong laners. I mean, the 4 of their heroes are great laners. If they don't get a big advantage that they snowball from, I think they stand no chance in the mid-game against LGD's lineup.
It feels like Spirit needs some kind of like heavy magic damage, illusion clearing kind of mid laner to address that. Batrider already banned out, so.
Yeah, Puck is out too. I mean, Zeus is in. I really don't know what they would be favoring here. They do have the counter pick, so that's nice.
Another thing I really love Naga for right now is Spirit don't have heroes that can test Roshan really well. Naga with her illusions is able to cut top wave, mid wave, show the vision throughout Spirit's triangle when they're playing into Rosh. The vision and just map control she gives is very powerful in that regard of the game.
It really is. It really is. It's tough. Honestly, it's tough for Spirit. I think also the Monkey versus Razor matchup can become tough also in the later part of the game. It's hard for Monkey to stand his ground against a Razor. Really not easy. So that hero's gonna fall off too. Yeah, and the map pressure from the Naga. I mean, Naga can buy Aghanims also to deal with there's just a lot of synergy between Naga and Razor. Naga's gonna hold heroes in place. Razor's gonna get full damage from the static link. Mid cobble.
Well, I mean, you talk about all those things, and it just sounds like LGD just need to like not get run over and stall the game out, and Coddle just seems like a perfect way to guarantee that.
For sure. They have also very limited catch for Coddle right now. I mean, they have core heroes that don't. They set up the bands really well. Storm is out. Bat is out. Mars is out. Puck is out. Like, most of the Coddle catching heroes are out, actually. I wonder, a lot of, like, some people go for Void Solo mid against Coddle. It's a bit crazy, but he's gonna go for Pop, sure. Okay. This is risky.
Yeah.
That's a throwback.
I really like the Coddle rounding out the damage type on LGD. They were very physical heavy. Now they have a lot of magic damage. You have that E-Blade. If someone is stuck inside the monkey Wukong's command, you can save them with that. Very much like that. This club has to carry a lot on his shoulders.
Yeah, what are we feeling about this last pick? Do you still have a lot of worries for Spirit?
Yeah, I am gonna side with LGD on this one.
God.
Look, it's Queen of Pain coming out from nowhere. You want to believe that it's going to be really tough. I think for Spirit to win this game, they need that like insane pop-off game from Toronto Tokyo. He's up against like a lot of good counter matchups. He's their AoE damage for the Naga illusions. You know, it's going to be tough though.
All right, normally when all of you guys are on the same page, I don't ask any more prediction stuff. Instead, I'm going to ask you for time. So it's going to be a different type of prediction. How long is this game going to go for?
30 minutes?
I mean, if it goes long, it's going to be LGD. It could go quick. Spirit is one of the best laning teams in the world. They could dumpster LGD in the lanes. Like, they have done it before. It's possible. I see 3 lanes winning into Snowball. I'm gonna go for that.
Okay.
I'll side back with I'll balance this out a bit. I'll go with Spirits. They're gonna crush the lanes and they're gonna snowball, and it's gonna be a 25-minute game.
Oh my goodness, gods, quickly.
I'll go like more 40-ish, 35 to 40.
Yeah.
We got the 3 different times going.
No, I mean, I like it. It's exciting, and what else is exciting is our casting trio. It's Lyrical, Trent, and Gunnar.
Thank you so much, Nat. I have never seen the like before. This guy gets on panel, he tricks them all to go LGD in the end. He's like, oh, actually, I'm going Spirit. What the heck was that? Seb's crazy.
So he's learning from the team, right? They got lots of good jukes on the team. You saw Tyga on the edge, then Seb's jumping on the edge. He's doing it too. Now he's juking on the panel. Now it keeps it going out of the game too.
Well, we do have a game number 2 here, and the Queen of Pain last going to be facing off. What do you think about this pick?
They're using it to kind of pressure the Coddle. It's a good lane, and the Coddle's had a lot of success in this tournament, kind of as a, here you just pick when you don't see your lane and you get out of the lane. There was also a worry about the Viper potentially going mid to dodge the Naga, so they try to put the Coddle there to just always have a good lane, a 50-50 mid, so they try to pick the co-op to shut it down, but I haven't seen much success with this hero recently, so it's something that is going to be really interesting to watch, to see how Team Spirit plays. This hero is also very snowball heavy. You die once, you die twice, the game starts to kind of fall out of your hands.
Yeah, they kind of took their escape when they saw, like, you know, maybe there was an opportunity to send that Viper, and they just said, no, collapse, you can handle it, you'll be alright in the lane, right? This should be fine. Definitely going to be a bit of a concern, but the pressure is on Toronto Tokyo. He'll be the one with the shoulders to bear the burden of this victory.
Maboshka caught right at the start. That's never a sight that you love to see. Can heal a lot off of the illusions, but it's just going to be brought low or to use the brain sap. And one last punch. Faith Beyond drawing first blood. A good sign for LGD out of the gates.
Again, right? In a row. Yeah. This guy just gets to start his off lane with a little bit of a first blood gold, huh?
Maybe he'll go 4 deaths into a Midas again. It keeps working out every game, so I wouldn't be surprised to see it again.
I'd love it. Well, again, the lane swap-ups, we'll see if they have something like it this time, as Yadro and Collapse both sitting in the mid lane. 5 heroes mid. Normally this is like a low priority game when you see this. Either that or a pro game. One or the other.
I think they might be worried about LGD swapping their lanes up to lane the Naga top versus the Razor. And so they don't play the Viper into the Naga, but I think they're just going to walk into the lanes. It doesn't feel too bad. They also they picked the Monkey into the Razor, so they knew the lane matchups they're walking into. So they might even end up tri-laning in the bot lane, just to kind of win this lane.
Oh, and look at Faith Beyond just camping, waiting for this, forcing the rebound from Mira.
And now everybody is zoned out of bot. Yeah, they're still 5 mid.
There are creeps down there, actually. You might not believe it.
And they're lane swapping, so the Viper's going to go bot versus the Razor. Monkey will go top versus the Naga. A little nicer for the Monkey, it's a melee hero. And again, the Viper versus the Naga matchup can be really hard. He has illusions, which Viper doesn't clear.
But right away they say no. Faith Beyond sees them on that ward.
Look at that.
Shocking, he says. I'm out of here.
I'm not going to lane. You can't make me.
Some musical lanes right now. I think this favors LGD actually, because Tusk does a lot with levels early. So they're kind of leave him bot, and he's going to transition into this core in the early game in terms of levels, and he'll probably rotate on mid. He has a lot of damage with the Coddle Blast if he hits a snowball at the right time, so it's going to be nice. At least ZinQ will have the opportunity to carry this early game.
I feel like it's one of the hardest things to account for when a Dota game starts, when you have this musical lanes, because so many things and factors can come into play, right? Like these TPs, even a situation like that where Hoshka is TPing back to the tower, like now he's just committed, right? He's not going anywhere else at this point.
Yeah, Spirit to themselves are probably saying that they're happy with not swapping the lanes. They're a little ahead of XP on both of their cores. Even the Naga hasn't really gotten a creep yet. He's gotten, I think, one from top, so a little behind right now, but they're doing this for the lane matchups. They're doing this for, you know, the next 2-3 minutes rather than the right now.
Well, and that's so important because, like the panel was talking about, this is what Team Spirit were really hoping to take full advantage of. They wanted to try and snowball that early lead that they get out of the laning stage into more objectives. And if they don't get that, you got to be a little bit worried about how this stall will work out. So we'll see these next couple of minutes play out and where they go for it. But already Ame back behind the tower, and Mira pretty far forward. Needs to be careful not to get caught here. Already level 2 on the Tusk. Rebound on the line, so Mira gonna get chased a little bit here by ZinQ, but it won't turn into anything.
I mean, or will it? Painful though with the Orb of Venom, and like he doesn't have any allies for the rebound, so he's just a long time before it's gonna help.
Friends, anybody? Mira, getting chased.
You know, it's not a lot of HP. You know, that's all it is in the end.
Goodness gracious.
Same time on mid, there's already a lot of pressure coming on the Coddle. The Quap's really going to have none on him. He's just going to constantly bleak forward, press dagger on in the head.
Ooh, that was a little scary there. Mira gets away though.
Yeah, he blinked forward, he got another dagger on, nothing to say while he was charging up there too. Forced to go and grab a water rune, and still just ticking down very low in that mid lane.
He's setting himself a salve in the courier, so he'll heal up soon, and he'll just jungle this small. You know, the favorite of all the mids right now.
Yeah, and sit way back on that Coddle.
Mira. Collapse on Ame. They bring him down. Nether Toxin there. The break is out. Collapse tries to stay tall in this fair fire. 1 kill. Can he get enough distance? Tries to bring him down, but it's not going to be enough before he dies. ZinQ still going to fall as Mira picks up that kill. 2 for 1.
The lane could have started feeling really bad. His Null Talisman and his Wraithband both just got killed on the Courier, which, you know, feels really bad. You look at his inventory, just 2 circlets.
He probably wins that fight
with both of them. Yeah, he probably would. So, feels good. Feels okay for LGD, but yeah, going down on both the Naga after doing this lane swap, after having this bad early game is just not what you want to see.
Wow. 2-2, and the Coddle still high up in terms of... Oh, he's just gone. Yeah, they make that rotation over as ZinQ respawns and making this top lane a little bit better.
Look at it pushing in there towards Fate Beyond as well. Like Yadro's really hit last hits with his Boundless Strike, so not the situation you want to be in. Well, actually get a pull off as the sports move though. They're forced to TP bottom.
They need to, as there's a lot of pressure onto Ame there. So Y makes that rotation as they were getting aggro. Nothing else going to come of that.
Nice read from ZinQ. He kind of realized there's a double wave pushing in for the Naga bot, so he didn't need to be there. So he goes top, gets his free kill. Kind of also protecting his Razor better than the Dazzle would, and the Dazzle also can go bot and protect the Naga a little bit better.
It did hurt. They lost a full wave top though because of these movements, and now even the Dazzle going to fall despite making that rotation to save the Naga, going to pay with his own life.
Spirit fighting back a little bit here in this game number 2. These are the moves that they've got to make.
Yeah, Seb was saying about Team Spirit's laning, and we're kind of seeing it right now with all the pressure, especially from Collapse. I think Viper is just a standout hero along with Razor, but the Viper is being used to way more success right now.
And seeing a Queen of Pain stay toe-to-toe with a Keeper of the Light as well.
Yeah.
Yadro jumping back and forth. They're dropping down a couple of, careful, which is the right tree. They find him, has to jump out. Starts into a tree on a tree. As there is no regen up here for him. Yadro not having a great time. We'll get that curry.
You know, I saw him right away, ZinQ. He bought a lot of Clarity, then he sold one and bought a Quelling Blade. He's like, that's, sometimes you gotta try and catch that monkey.
Yeah, he has multiple ways to get vision with his 2 spells, also the Razor Q, so it'll be nice pressure on the monkey. He can't play this, because right now he's being unable to just play on the side of the lane in the trees and just get XP if he needs to, jump on the waves, but surely ZinQ will shut it down.
It feels very similar to his last game on the Phantom Lancer, honestly. bit of a rough start, but you know, likewise right now for Ame, he's not having the best start either.
Level 6, ToronTokyo, does he go for it in the mid lane? Thinking about it, Sonic Wave, Fairy Fire though, but the turn down, can they get off a deny? No, he's just gonna TP.
Yeah, he gets home in time before it ticks down, so Fountain gonna help out.
That was close. Well played, nothing to say.
This is nice. He's going to get the boots of travel soon, but he is really kind of poor for what you'd expect from a Coddle. Usually they're top of the net worth. They're level 6 by now, maybe even 7. You aim for the boots of travel by like 7 minutes, and this might be more of an 8-9 minute with how this lane is going.
Yeah, and it's definitely an Alchemist-like effect. You know, maybe you guys aren't playing a lot of Coddle or something. You should be at the top. You need to be at the top in order to really fully get the most out of this hero. You want to be rotating around with those solar binds, trying to help out the side lanes and give a little bit back from your free lane mid.
Thinking about going here, finding Ame. He's only level 3. Has not been able to have a great start to this, and will go for the Dispel. Chase, ToronTokyo, he doesn't have another blink. Needs it a couple seconds, just gonna have to TP out. So they can't get the kill onto Ame, but still punishing that farm.
Yeah, right now the big thing is generally the Coddle gets the boots of travel and you try to make a play like instantly, which is probably what LGD was hoping for in terms of putting the Naga in the spot. You kind of have a rougher lane, but the Coddle rotates and fixes it. But right now, everyone's kind of needs their own time. Even Faith Beyond.
Oh, that was so nice, actually.
He needs some time, but he doesn't have it. And Yadaro there to clean up.
Oh, so Maposhka was lurking in the tree line right there, waiting that whole time until Razor came out. And when he tries to pressure with the Link, he just nightmares. And that's when you see the rotation from Mira come through with the fully charged Primal Spring as well. They get that damage for the kill. And Team Spirit now taking a lead in terms of the gold, but really shutting down the most important heroes right now for LGD.
It's really nice watching how they force the TP and still get the kill. It's not like they're doing one or the other. They make the support TP, the core dies. Then they walk to the other side of the map, they make a support TP, the core dies. And they just keep getting these little tiny advantages from it. The boots of travel are finished now for nothing to say. He still doesn't have a point in Solar Bind. A little under leveled, but maybe he can try to make a rotation to this top lane. The Monkey King can dodge the blast, but this is probably where the biggest pressure is going to be.
It's all on ZenQ to set it up.
Not an easy thing to do, but he has gotten some good levels, almost level 5 here at 7.5 minutes. And it looks like until those bots are there, well, they get to dispose. Why? Right on top of Mira, but the rebound and the runaway.
The no-risk initiation, you know?
It's true.
But this Naga is only level 4 right now. All the cores on LGD are actually really low XP. The Razor's not even 6. The Coddle just hit 7, which is pretty low for now, and the Naga just hit 5. So they're going to need a lot of time to just get the levels up because all their heroes are very level dependent.
And, I mean, part of it is, hold on. Thank you. Another one. Mira in trouble, gets the sidekick off before he goes down. ZenQ, Snowball. This is going to be all the way onto Maposhka. Can they punish this as, collapses there. Boundless Strike, Viper Strike, all the strikes, and ZenQ is dead. I mean, part of the reason for that level is you look at the last hits out of that laning stage, right? And it's so many denies. 18, 15,
don't look at
16.
Don't go there.
It's been rough. It's not really been... I mean, how often do you see 29 last hits on a Naga Siren this late into the game?
You know what's kind of painful, too, is that this is also a hero that suffers from XP at times because of being an illusion carry as well and spamming them around for the gold.
Trying to set something up here. The pushback onto Maposhka. That was well played by Nothing to Say, but they show up now. ToronTokyo trying to find something. He's very quick on the old Coddle, but the dagger eventually going to connect up to him. They have the sidekick. Trying to get the pushback. Maposhka gets Sonic Wave to finish the Coddle. And Team Spirit, just a symphony of skills.
Do you want to run into the Viper? I don't think so.
No, I don't think that's the plan.
Mira's Papa's there to help out. They see him on the board as well, and they say no thank you.
That was really nice. Arcana as well, so the Sonic Wave is not too long of a cooldown, but you can just see how, heavy Spirit's pressuring them right now. LGs kind of keep getting corralled in this, little tiny corridors, these, low grounds on the river, the low grounds on the hills, and they just have so much AoE on the side of Spirit between the Viper and the Quap.
I'm not finding the real one. There, he had the number on him, but wanted to just kill off the illusion, keep the farm going for the Monkey King. A little bit ahead in terms of experience and net worth, and trying to go in towards the Maelstrom, it looks like. So Yadaro needs to be able to deal with these illusions.
Those are going for an Ags. It's so cool how Monkey has a lot of different builds right now. He has the more aggressive Diffusal or Echo, he has the Battle Fury, and this is kind of in between. It gives you a nice timing with the Maelstrom damage, and it's really good for these illusion heroes, as they take so much damage from the magic and they have a lot of armor.
Yeah, I think it fits well with the tempo that they likely want to play this game as well.
Even the Ags will give them this more AoE damage so that all of their draft is basically telling LGD to walk into them and that they'll kill them when they walk in.
Tokyo on the Queen of Pain still hunting a little bit here. Runs into this dire jungle, taking away that farm from Nothing to Say.
Oh, able to sneak a couple of them out of there. Faith Beyond cleans up the creeps.
It's all just prepping for collapse now.
I know.
Diving in the tower on the Y, forced to go for the grave TP. Miposhka's close, but not close enough.
Might die in Fountain. He does, in fact. And as you talk about, Ame down bottom, in trouble, disposed there, absolutely dead. Snowball tries to turn this. And dodges the damage, the rebound away off of the trees. ZQ, they can't connect. It's not good enough. And they made that rotation over with the Razor, but couldn't find anybody. Good play by Team Spirit.
Nice of him to get out. If the Coddle TP'd, he might have had enough damage. He hasn't earned no charges yet. And this is kind of feeling really awkward. The Coddle doesn't have a big of a game. The Snoggo has no game. The Razor's still really low level. Even the Tusk is outshining him level-wise.
Yeah.
And you kind of are wondering, where are they going to get this comeback XP?
Well, they're not getting the gold from the towers. There's that bottom tier one still standing. They just took the top. And we'll see if they can constrict this map or not. Toronto Tokyo keeps running in to mess with Ame's farm.
Yeah, generally at this point in the game, you want to get your Naga on the enemy side of the map to cut the waves, but you see the second he gets left alone, the Monkey King TP's bot, Yotaro starts pressuring him, killing his illusions. He doesn't want to give him any of this map, and now they kick him back to his own jungle, and now
out there, Toronto Tokyo is just hunting him.
They're knocking into him a jungle, and Naga does not want to be in the tri-camp. You don't really farm ancients that well, you don't cut waves, you don't get the XP. It just kind of feels really bad.
Well, an interesting start to this Witchblade build for the Queen of Pain.
Yeah, flying in on the courier now. Got a lot of damage to jump in here.
He watched Nothing to Say by it last game on Puck. You know, maybe Witchblade, 100% win rate right now.
It's good. Turn to a Revenant's Broachblade. That's the real dream. Smoke up though. Tusk, Coddle. They want to kick these heroes out of here. And most explicitly, it's Collapse. They're the one he's hunting. The Arcane Ring drops and they find him here. Will it be enough damage? Throws the Viper Strike past the TP. Not a chance. And
he found a real Nagasaki. Disposed into a Fiend's Grip.
Oh my god. The bigger kill. Ame goes down again.
So Mira ults, he punches each illusion once and then he just pings the real one and throws her.
What a guy. 0-3 start though for Ame. Really rough on the Naga Siren.
LGD's been in these situations. I think at group stage versus RNG, they had a really rough game. Ame had, I think he was 0-5 or 0-6 on the Spectre. So what the way they played out that game was they kept baiting their heroes in spots that they could all TP to and all show up, and then they would get the counter kills, even though they kill the Naga. But the way Naga wants to play is you want to be alone from your team, you want to be able to kind of song and get out or just cut lanes on the enemy side of the map. So he's not really giving his team the opportunity, and it's not his fault. It's just kind of the way their heroes are playing out.
Well, if there was one thing, it was the way the panel said this might go, that it would start off with Team Spirit looking really good. Are they doing a good enough job of shutting down everything that LGD is doing? Do you think that this is set up for them to run away with this game here?
I'd say even more so than maybe expected in some ways. Like the levels especially are just pretty brutal right now. And then you're getting to this earlier item as well. The Blink Dagger already done for Mir, who has the keen optic to boot. So pretty frightening there. And trying to enable Nothing to Say has been a real struggle.
We're trying to enable right now with this smoke to the bot lane, but it's really hard to get a catch on these heroes. The Monkey King just is jumping into the trees, and there's no one in the jungle.
This is that bait situation, though, as you said. They're all going to TP, they're rotating in.
The entire team, but he's already dead. Faith Beyond gone. Now they snowball forward, tries to bring down one. The midship dodges some of the damage, pushes him outside. But Yaro, he showed up Toronto Tokyo. Can they bring down ZQ? Nothing to Say, just getting beaten down by Marcy. Sonic Wave done. They find the Bane, and Team Spirit are not going to mess with the save. Takedown 4.
I thought he got away with it.
He tried a tumbler toy, but Marcy rebound too strong. It was really nice sleep as well on the Dazzle to not get the grave on the Coddle. And, you know, something that was worried about was that the Coddle and the Dazzle are a lot of healing, which kind of counteracts this Queen of Pain, but they have so much damage right now.
God, and I mean, again, you're rotating 4 heroes to help Faith Beyond this lane. He just dies right before you can get there.
Yeah, and the death is okay. That's fine by LGD standards. The real issue is that, you know, Team Spirit have the same response. They're going to bring those heroes as well. They're going to try and win this fight. Even if they don't bring the same amount of numbers, they're going to have the strength to still defeat you here.
Collapse, rebounded, gets some separation, turns to fight Faith Beyond disposed back into the Nether Toxin. Faith Beyond, he's in trouble. The miss from the blinding light isn't enough to keep him alive. They've got the grave ready. Faith Beyond not going down today, but instead it might be Mokoshka. Nightmare, the punch, another kill. So LGD, they strike back mid.
Really nice. It's also getting them to these BKB timings, which is probably their big one right now. The Coddle is working on his, the Razor's pretty close to his. Naga's not going for one, but his gameplay right now is just gonna kind of delay the game. Their draft still scales. Naga, Coddle, very good heroes in the late game.
Ooh, Toronto, Tokyo got caught sleeping. You had 3 points in Blink.
Really good heroes right now. So they're able to snowball. This Coddle hero does a lot of damage with the Solar Bind and a Vessel, so if they can get their damage out, it's fine. But the worry is that Team Spirit's damage is a lot quicker. They have a lot more ults that do a lot more AoE damage, and they're going to burst the heroes from LGD.
Yadro thinking about going right now with Mira there. Oh, Blink disposed, pulls him right back into it. And when you can get these types of kills, but can you? Snowball, dodges, needs a boundless strike, needs the damage, it's there. Yadro still.
The Vessel doing work.
It's so much. He's not got the lame seal that he needs. The sidekick was not enough, so they turn it around. A great play by Zinq.
That was really cool. He also let the snowball end early so that the Coddle could heal himself off his own blast. Almost had enough time for the Grave to get there, but why just a little too late with the TP?
But it's exactly what you said. Like, you're in situations where you can be assisted, and sure, you go down, but you're getting these better value kills in these situations. Even if it's on a map of Gold League, the XP as well is something you can get a ton of off of these return kills.
Their heroes are going to scale off levels a lot this game, so even though the gold's a little even, they're up just 1k for LGD. Just every level they get just gives a little more, every talent, every skill point.
Well, just like that, we're still very even in this game, and the main differential is going to be that Bane lack of net worth, but you don't care too much about that, I would imagine, on Mokoshka's side. And suddenly, Naga at the top of the net worth. Mokoshka, controlled, has a Nightmare save, dodges some of the damage, stick charge with the Spirit Vessel there. The Bane Grip interrupted. Will he be able to keep it long enough? Sonic Wave out. Mokoshka dodges and actually walks away from that one scot-free. Coddle dead. Toronto Tokyo as the sleep ends, walks forward, tries to get him. Still taking a lot of damage from Zinq. Where's the save disposed to the far side? The snowball gets him out. Why? Brings down a bud. Is it going to be enough? Toronto Tokyo needs to get out of there. The Nightmare tries to trade it off, and he gets the blink away. Zinq low. But they get the quap out. Toronto Tokyo, the madman, ready to walk back in again.
Oh, he wants it bad.
He's got to run, got to hide, gets the illusion rune. And Zinq still chasing, but the bullwhip and then the run. I mean, they're still thinking about this guy. Yeah, he's forced to blink again. Putting on a show here in Arlington.
It was a really nice catch on the Coddle. They used all their spells. He got the grip off. The Bane didn't get bursted quick enough by the Coddle. This is the worry. It's just that their damage. They want these really long fights on the side of LGD. They want the whole Razor ult to go off. They want the Coddle to get multiple rounds of spells with his mana as well, giving it to his team. But all of Spirit's damage is you click one spell, that's it.
Yeah, I feel like once the Scotty comes out, especially for Ame, that's where we're really going to see the big turn. You know, you start to look towards Yadro or even just someone like Toronto Tokyo who has to commit so hard on the Queen of Pain. That's always one of your biggest concerns. And for Nagasai right now, she loves heroes that just want to jump in like that. Does any sort of disable, if you're just stuck there, you are going to get put in the blender with all the illusions.
I like his read from Toronto right now. Normally Quaps go BKB to just protect themselves, but he's going for a Lincoln's. He's probably thinking that if he goes BKB, Ame might just go for the Ags and just be able to root him through the BKB. So he's going for the defense item that kind of won't get countered too hard, but it won't protect him from the Tusk at the same time.
Also can help out maybe his Monkey King a little bit if Razor jumps on him. Could potentially throw that on to start the fight or something.
Who is almost done with the Ags. I think Team Spirit might try to wait for this Monkey King Ags and then look for a play. He's about 800 gold away. And that'll let him actually save the fights, and even if he gets drained, his monkeys, it doesn't change the damage on the monkeys. So they'll still have full damage, they'll be able to kind of kill everyone, but he needs to be the one who survives.
We often see that rain do a Roche after as well around this timing too. Something the Ags can help with.
Smoke up with 4. They find Toronto Tokyo in the mid lane. Snowball blown up. It only takes a second. And that is the danger. Catch that Quap out of position and suddenly very quickly going to die.
Mokoshka drops a ward behind him here. Not caught, but could perhaps lead a turnaround if his teammates are up for it. But Too many units from LGD staying close, and an instant D-ward as well there from Y. So Vision taken away just as it was placed down.
Yeah, just pushing up the mid lane a little too aggressively, and it was a nice smoke by LGD to kind of have the foresight that they know someone's going to push this wave to get map advantage.
Steady story of this game has been LGD clawing their way back into it after a very disappointing lane stage. You can see the freedom that Naga Siren has had over the past couple of minutes here, and just waiting on that Aghanim Scepter to be completed for the Monkey King.
I think it's flying out right now, so they might look to go smoke on the side of Team Spirit. All their timings are really far away now. Viper is not close to anything, Wap's not close to anything. You know, Marcy's blink, you can't really ask for much more. So they might try to go smoke and get a kill before the Naga will keep getting these items, get this scaling. So they need to take the fight to LGD soon.
Yeah, they do have one deep ward from LGD. It is spawning out the fact that Toronto was just farming the camp near his middle tower. So they did say retreat in the top, so they kind of had an idea that the rest of the heroes were actually smoking up here, even though they've seen that Queen of Pain.
They've gone a little far up.
Taken away, but they get there in time. Disposed, doesn't quite break the trees. They are going to kill off Faith Beyond. So they make immediate use of that ward and of the Aghanim Scepter. Get the kill. Where do they go next?
I believe the Ags does not work on Rosh anymore.
Oh yeah, you're right. I was actually just thinking that.
So otherwise they could just instantly Rosh from now. So they need to keep pressuring the map, go walk into the jungle, and they're going to use these items on the side of Spirit just to kind of hold areas. It's really hard to constantly walk into LGD. They have such great ways to push out lanes. They have such great ways to get vision between all their heroes and save that you more so have to just corral them into a corner of the map so that you're able to take this good fight with all your vision.
So hard to do that though when the Naga Siren keeps those lanes pressured out at such little cost. But they're going to attempt it.
You can see they're going to try to, I think, walk into their own jungle, take this over. No one really is thinking about Rosh right now. This is not the biggest objective, but nothing to say. His objective for now is the BKB.
Yeah, it's done now.
They instantly smoke up.
Look at this map. Ame is farming all 4 camps and pushing the tower while simultaneously in there on the Ancients. Everything down bottom right is Ame. But LGD, the rest of them, they run into the triangle.
That Xingqiu jump is so important. They can't get the cut.
Mira right away, but the rebound tries to jump out of there. They don't quite clip on the blast, and in stack, they're going to pop that BKB. Faith Beyond trying to kill off Mira, and eventually will find her, but on the other side, they take down Xingqiu.
Yeah, he tried to go for an instant cut play onto Yadro, sort of chase him back up, and then Post just forced to come over and get the grip. So it ends up being a trade. It also didn't give Team Spirit a real chance to get the fight they would want with some sort of a arena play from Yadro. So I think I'll take that as LGD.
Snowball went a little too far, and if you snowball the monkey and he's able to jump away, that's kind of, it pulls you out of position. The snowball will end and you're in this really awkward middle of the lane. Just a TP and you'll die.
More items coming.
The Scotty is finished now for Ame, so we'll probably look to see him get a little more aggressive, maybe do the illusion baits where he clumps his reel here with an illusion, tries to kind of pressure the enemy now rather than play for his own game.
I believe that's close to the Lincoln Sphere done for the Quap.
Yeah, 50 gold away, so that'll be here as well. So everyone getting ready for these big fights.
Something also really cool is that they have the Chakra Magic for the Naga, and the level 25 talent is minus 10 second cooldowns on the illusion, so when you get that for free when you're mid-level 7.
Yeah, that's a good point. That's just constant illusions, I guess, huh?
Yeah, you don't have to worry about mana. Every lane's being pushed out the whole game, and that's kind of why they're able to delay the game for so long, even after that bad early game. Spirit, this mid tower is, I think, it's survived both games right now.
Yeah.
So it's just so hard for them to actually take objectives.
And right there, yeah, they have the illusions group with the real Naga Siren, so Toronto Tokyo losing the smoke, but not sure how to jump in there. Into the air they go.
With 4 smoked up. Toronto Tokyo, the only one that is not. No vision in this area, but they head on through. Mira, the first one forward.
It's so hard with 2 supports and no AoE disabled.
Likewise, though, Roche, it's taking a long time to finish this off. Who do they jump on first? They got nothing to say in vision. Jump forward, dispose, stun to bolt. That's AoE. Toronto Tokyo, that's pretty solid, but do they have any follow-up? The Hex is out. Sonic Wave tries to blow through them. They also drop down the Wukong's command. Collapse almost dead. Dies to the illusion. They only have taken down Xingqiu. Naga sleep for round 2. Are they going for any more? Yadro, he's in trouble. The root's there with Collapse already dead, but Faith Beyond low, but not quite dead yet. The grave, it comes out. Yadro turned upon. The Boundless Strike tries to back out. Toronto Tokyo, he's doing work in the back, but they lose their carry. No more Maelstrom, and LG LGD, they win that part of the fight.
It's really scary. Nothing to say his ult was cooldown, so he didn't have the movement speed, didn't have the healing, even the blinding light, but he was able to get his BKB off before the monkey got stunned, and they were able to catch the fight out from there.
Yeah, that incredible initiation from Mira as well to stun both the Tusk and the Calls that just said there was no AoE stun. Very nice play for the double dispose. Unexpected in that instance, but unfortunately still not able to win that engagement. They will now take that Aegis, and man, Ame is going to be so hard to deal with now. Especially once that heart comes in. I mean, similar to what we were hoping to see from the Phantom Lancer last game. They want it now from the Naga Siren.
LGD looking to take advantage here in this game number 2, and it doesn't get much better than this to start. It just didn't matter.
You can see the fight kind of splits into two, one on this high ground in the tri-camp, one on the low ground. Ame plays really nicely with just sending his illusions in, sending the net on the Monkey King after this, and it just kind of splits them up. Unfortunately, Faith Beyond goes down on this top rune area, but they're able to just constantly keep their backline, the healing, and the, all the damage just keeps pumping out.
It was such limited effectiveness from the Wukong's command in that one too, which is obviously a tool that you really need to be trying to use in these fights near the Roche pit. So great positioning from LGD to not get baited into a bad territory because of that.
They kind of just wait to walk up the choke point until all the spells are on cooldown. They wait for the Wukongs to end, only illusions go in there. They wait for, Queen of Pain to blink away from it to just take that space.
Wow. 16-19, and it is very much in control right now of LGD. Spirit, they find him on a warding mission, but he's just gonna die.
I mean, they do have this own pick-off potential as well from Team Spirit. Maybe the fights are kind of tough, but if they can find something with Mira, something from Aposhka, they can try and break up the side of LGD, but it feels like the longer this gets delayed out, it just gets tougher and tougher for Team Spirit.
Yeah, something Bane very well known for is kind of being alone and setting up for the kills. It's a weird support just because of how Nightmare works. So he's going to be trying to set up, I think, on Coddle. He wants to place these deep wards on the enemy side of the map, try to get a Nightmare on him and hope the team is a little too far, but fortunately he just walks into 3 heroes.
And for now, their only existing ward is in the mid lane. It does happen a spot where Faith Beyond's moving, as well as where Xingqiu's at, but obviously tough to make moves at the moment, and now it can be even tougher as there's an Aegis, Heart of Tarrasque, Naga Siren there, and well, I can't really disagree with Dota Plus on this one.
God, Naga just got an Elven Tunic and also finished a heart.
Yeah, okay, alright.
Yeah, there's some items starting to get built up here on the old Ame.
Refresher Orb is also about to be finished. It's flying out to Faith Beyond on the courier right now, so they're kind of hitting all their timings. This Sight the Vice on the Coddle is not too important, so we'll probably look to see LGD try to take the enemy side of the map, cut these waves, choke them out, and this is when the towers start dying.
And he may not have gotten Midas this game, but you have to give a lot of credit to Faith Beyond. Plays amazing this whole tournament. Another game where he was having a rough start and able to just grind his way to that BKB and finally become an effective force in these engagements.
This is why that called his shot at the start of the interview, I think, saying done in 3 hours. I mean, if they keep up this momentum, they might not be wrong, as they have looked so dominant here.
The other thing that feels a little unfortunate for Spirit is, even though Quap goes to the Slinkins...
Whoa! Yadro jumps right into Faith Beyond there.
Oh, gotta run. Gotta hide. Double rebound, double jump. 2 very balanced heroes here, just getting away from the entire team.
Working together with that mobility.
Thankfully, there's a minimum range on the jump, so you can't break the monkey's tree, but it's a little scary when you watch it happen.
Dire structures are fortified.
But yeah, this Quap has to still go for a BKB, so now he's going for 2 defensive items. His damage isn't too high, and with all the healing from the Keeper of the Light and the Dazzle, it's going to start feeling a little bad, unless the Monkey King's able to get really good arenas off.
Yeah, that's really the tough question, is how do you get back into a fight? How can you win an engagement versus LGD? It feels like you need to leave with some sort of a pickoff onto one of these cores, and that's going to be tough, because there's going to be that Dazzle, and how do you jump to the backline to actually control this Dazzle? It feels like that's going to be essentially Mira trying to get back there with the backup of Toronto Tokyo to finally get that finishing damage. So a lot of things need to go right for them, and well, Yadro is going to run away back to that mid lane.
Gotta get out of there. Thinking about the Wukongs, does get the Primal Spring back off of cooldown there, and manages to back out.
Even if you catch the Dazzle, if Xingqiu's in position, he can save him with the Blink, the Snowball, maybe get him out. And when you have multiple safe heroes, it can kind of feel awkward. The one thing that multiple safe heroes don't do is damage, but they have Naga, they have Keeper of the Light, even Razor, all their cores just have infinite damage throughout a fight.
You can see the skill of sort of controlling this map. They all shove up to that top side and kick out Team Spirit from their own jungle. They have to head down bottom, trying to delay. 40 seconds left on this Aegis. It's only a 6k gold lead, but it's really the inability to fight that's hurting Team Spirit so much. And it's all on that Naga Siren.
I like this idea of the Shard as well, now picked up for Toronto Tokyo. Just something on the cheaper end that can really have an impact in these fights, because I think they know that one of the game-deciding engagements will be coming soon.
Yeah, they'll let him jump these supports and silence them himself, so that he doesn't have to kill them in the one stun from Marcy, because they don't really have many stuns on Spirit either to stop anything. This Nightmare will get woken up. It's kind of just the monkey, but he also wants to use his stun on his own. He wants to wait for Jingu stack, so it's kind of awkward for them to get kills before they get saved.
No, the Aegis has now expired. The tower's being pressured here. They're going to clip that up, though, and know that LGD don't really want to fully commit for this one. Gets blasted down off the tower, or the tree, rather.
There's not an Orchid for Ame, so every time, like every minute or every 2 minutes, LGD just gets another major item on one of their cores. The Scythe of Vice is also only about 1,500 gold off for nothing to say, which gives them so much catch that they're lacking a little.
Look at this, though. Double Lotus Orb finish. So Mira rushes one, Collapse also completing one on the Viper. This is going to be a nice pseudo answer. And
Dazzle.
Well, that's not a bad way to start it. Finding Y, forcing out the Grave, tries to TP out, Song of the Siren, and the Nightmare comes in to break it. Y's in trouble with the statue, and drops the gem. Nicely played by Yadaro.
And Toronto Tokyo's hunting as well, but can't find anything else there as Naga Siren's gone back to the base. But still 2 more minutes for a potential Roach spawn here for the second.
Faith Beyond just hiding. Does not want to be the other one caught. Even though he's got that BKB.
Look at this TV from Raposhka. He went immediately to the bottom lane.
Trying to find him.
So is the grip.
He knows that nothing to say is there, but they can't quite get him as he TPs out.
The death on Dazzle feels really bad because he has this gem, and the gem is kind of what enabled them to keep pushing the map, kill the vision on the side of Spirit, and just choke them out. But once you lose your gem, now you have to buy the sentries, now you have to hope the sentries actually hit the wards, and even the Glimmer, I think, was coming out for someone.
You lose a lot of confidence in the end.
Well, we did see the Hex completed, nothing to say. So another avenue to lock people down along with that Orchid. And
Eagle Song too on Name.
Okay.
Getting close to this butterfly, which thankfully Yotaro has the Mjolnir completely finished now, so he has a little way to get past this evasion, but it's just the item and the damage keeps racking up, and LGD is just going to play on the enemy side of the map, try to hold Roche, and this second Roche is when the damage is going to start coming into the towers.
Almost 11k gold from neutrals on this Naga Siren. Absolutely ridiculous.
Just farm. But now trying to fight. They find him. Right in the start, disposed, getting some separation, but the jump's there, the Hex is out, taking a lot of damage on Yadaro, pops the BKB, tries to survive the grip, it catches on the Razor, he's dead. Can they find more of the Naga just outside of it? But they pull her in, the dispose is there, Ame falling, Ame dying, and Toronto Tokyo finding those juicy targets in the backline. LGD, they lose everybody.
What a sonic wave in the back for Toronto Tokyo. They don't know what hit them. Then they're trying to back up everyone in the Wukong's command and just blown sideways by Toronto Tokyo, and down the mid they go.
And 14 seconds until Roche is capable of respawning. They find the absolute perfect fight. What's that timing going to be?
36 seconds.
Let's see it. How close is it?
2 minutes.
Oh, it's the absolute max time. But what a fight this one was.
You can see at the top, Toronto gets like a 3-man Sonic Wave. He blinks, silences them all, so there's no save for the Razor, for the Dazzle, and it just kind of falls apart.
And it didn't even feel that good at the start, right? Because there was a Dispose and a Nightmare save on the Collapse. And I was like, oh, that's like double saved immediately used. But if you can't follow through with the rest of the game plan because that silence interrupted, yeah, that's right. Toronto Tokyo, he's loving it, everybody. Keep it going for them.
You guys make sure you keep your hands on the keyboard. But more importantly, starting to take down the Tier 3 tower and go for some racks. Team Spirit have found their moment and absolutely blown this wide open. A full lane taken, and I mean, with the Naga Siren, you need to retake all that map pressure. Oh man, the crowd's feeling it though. I woke them up.
Monkey still does a lot of damage, even though they're down 8,000 gold. If he's able to get the arena off and fight in it, the heroes will die, and you saw even the Marcy pulls the Naga back into the Wukongs, and it was really scary. He got hexed off a tree, and he got stuck there, and he almost didn't get Wukongs off, but the save, even the Quap just pushing away heroes, so they're not able to finish him off in the fight.
And that's really been the difference, because throughout this game, like, that's just something that Yadaro hasn't been able to do. He hasn't been able to be dropping down that arena whenever he wants to with the Wukongs and just getting those other monkeys to help him out, so Now he's been trying some sneaky plays here, morphing into a tree, sitting on trees, just seeing if LGD wanted to test their patience to sit up here.
Well, what's interesting about this game is that just like last time, they kind of, Team Spirit came out ahead now, and yeah, you can see the big swing back the other direction. How the turntables, it's a full butterfly completed on the Naga Siren, but they waited for that perfect fight on Spirit, and this time it actually came.
Now, Wukong's is very scary, but so is the Naga Siren.
That's true.
Now, in a similar situation, she can also kind of blow somebody up, so it's going to be important that Team Spirit continue to find those plays and try and keep getting Ame down like that, because I don't imagine you're going to die that easily again this game.
Well, and for LGD, I mean, how do you sort of, okay, they just run right in. Already Lincoln's broken, BKB popped. A man on a mission. Toronto Tokyo runs in, wants a takedown. Zinq blink out. Sonic Wave from the high ground. Mira, very isolated, has a rebound when she's back up, but can't quite get out of there. The four-staff silence still. Blinding light pushback and will die to the soul burn from Naga Siren.
He has a buyback if they do chase him on this outpost. And you can see even Team Spirit's hugging this ward on the high ground. They're kind of hoping that LGD keep chasing.
So what do LGD need to do right now?
I don't know. They're going in.
Jumps, finds one, Coddle. Nothing to say. He's baiting that one out, I guess. Did you get the grave out? BKB, link up, Mira bought back. They keep that Coddle alive after they force the buyback.
And the patience to stay near that ward, Mira, not just jumping and chasing those. There could be more saves, more snowballs, more graves.
Still playing around this vision.
Well, they've got a Naga illusion in the pit. It's going to start hitting Roche.
They've got to be careful about this. They get the D ward. And this was, again, the max Roche respawn time. So everybody knows that this should be back up now.
Radiant's courier.
Yeah, Ame just heads right into the pit. He's going to start working on it. They have to get to that high ground as fast as possible.
Everybody from Team Spirit.
Oh, Zinky's going for the ward, maybe? It's a dangerous pass. He's just going to try and help.
All the big fights from now on are going to be coming down to vision and kind of execution, but more so just the whoever jumps first. Get the spells off, because once you get your spells off first, it kind of puts the enemy into lane.
Oh, it's a water park in the pit.
Oh my god, they can't get there. And yeah, like you said, the spells, you just can't get them off in time there. Can't get to position.
Even like in that fight, they kind of jump the Coddle, but once the Wukong's goes down and they're able to kite it out, then Team Spirit just, they give up the area, they give up the Roche, all their wards, and all this map that they fought to collect just kind of gets thrown away.
And you can see that trust, right? Like nothing to say, moving up there, just believing that the grave was going to be there. Barely saved by a Y, but knew that it would be there just in time. And that's what ends up securing them that Roshan. So again, another situation now where they're going to have to lie in wait on Spirit.
I think right now the biggest spell for Spirit is Wukong's. They kind of live or die by it. They win the fight in it, or they're going to kind of walk away. And they don't really deal with the Naga outside of it. It instantly kills all the illusions when they walk in. It gives them an area where their supports will feel comfortable playing the fights. And once it's down, you know, the Bane will be in threat, the Marcy will be in threat, even Viper is in threat to the Naga. So they kind of have only this one option.
Yeah, and how do you force that, right? As Team Spirit, it's very difficult.
Well, one thing that will be helpful is getting that level 25 for Yadro.
That is right.
About halfway to it right now in levels.
It's hard to miss it once you get 25.
Yeah, nothing to say. He's probably going to take this Timeless Relic. Really big on the hero. Lets him one-shot waves with his Illuminate. It also makes the blast last kind of long if he gets the stun talent at level 25. So we're going to see them smoke up through mid. They feel confident with the Aegis, and they still have a slight gold lead. Bloodthorn finished on the Naga as well.
Glimmered Y taking the lead as well to get that vision on the high ground.
Don't let LGD fool you after that last failed attempt in the mid lane. They are still incredibly strong right now, have all of their abilities, and they also have that huge reset now with the shard on Naga Siren for all the extra healing. So Ame capable of turning something around if it starts to look bad, but that's only if they don't get those BKBs off and blow them up in the duration of it.
Something to watch for as well will be the blink coming out from Faith Beyond, seeing how he can get that link out onto Yadro. Like you said, there are definitely a lot of reasons why it's actually still going to be quite good, even if he is linked up, but you know, having the refresher, having the blink, tons of mobility now in these engagements for Faith Beyond.
Yeah, right now, I think the biggest issue with the fight mid for LGD was that they got caught on multiple heroes at the same time in different parts. And right now, they have really good save for one hero. One hero gets Grave, one hero gets Snowballed. So that's why they keep walking up with the Razor, or even the Dazzle. They just want this one hero to be gone on. Just because if Spiri have to blow everything on the single hero, then that gives LGD, that gives Ame on the Naga, that gives nothing to say on the Coddle, the kind of freedom to play the fight.
Well, as we hit the 40-minute mark, and the next round of neutrals are just getting finished up. question is going to come about, do LGD ever feel confident just like sending those illusions to try and push high ground? They still have one more tier 2 tower to take on the outer edge, but it does start to get a little bit scary thinking about still walking up into a fully prepared Team Spirit.
Probably just going to chip away with the illusions, get a little damage here and there. Again, they're not feeling too pressured, even though the Naga is starting to get to the point where he doesn't have the slots for the items he can buy. Their only goal right now is to just keep extending the game and play the Naga game.
Well, there's, and I mean, keep extending. That's a Blink Dagger. Eventually into the Swift Blink after that for Ame. So keep up that big attack speed. Jump in there. Try and get a save with a song as well, perhaps. Finally, the Scotty is finished for Yadoro, though. And that is with the level 25, of course. So this might be a timing for them to move out.
I think there's a really cool pickup from Nothing to Say that is going to come out soon, which is his Aghanims. And it breaks all the trees in the area when he casts it. So maybe he catches the Monkey King off guard, gives him more teamfight control.
Watch this, though. They're smoked up. Toronto Tokyo baiting. Ame walks in with his illusions. The rest of Team Spirit, they're right nearby. They know that there isn't one of these real heroes. They actually break right there, the neutral on Mira. Force it out, the Ascetics cap. But LGD anticipating that this move could be coming. Xingqiu right in the trees. They might have
Mira. Yeah, he did ping there.
But the angle is hard to fight.
LGD will just hold this high ground. They want them to get walking. Like,
yeah, I mean, there's double catapults bottom wave right now, so.
Yeah, even Nothing to Say is pushing out the wave, healing his own creeps, and they're on the better side of the map. They're on the side that's close to the high ground. They're on the side that's with the tier 3s with the siege. And even though Spirit cut all the mid waves, they just don't have any objective.
Oh, now it's a counter smoke by LGD, and they're going to try and kick out any other heroes that are lacking behind from Team Spirit.
Oh, but Collapse.
They saw he had no TP in the territory.
Yeah, Trickster, pretty good to get him out of that one. Gives him a little hi, how you doing on the way by. But tier 2 tower taken, outpost taken, map still held by LGD.
It is the end of the Aegis, though. It's going to be expiring now for Ame, so it'll be the next opportunity there for Team Spirit. He will, however, be replacing it with a Swift Link in that inventory slot, though.
We can see another smoke up just as the Aegis expires. They want to get this kill.
Haste, picked up by Y. Beyond runs in, disposed, throws it back there, tries to bring him down. The grip, it's everything. He's in some trouble now. Faithion, can he get out of the ring? With that healing coming out from the Song of the Siren, it's so strong. They try to bring him down, though. The Sonic Wave, not quite enough. It might have been if not for the healing. And they don't have another ring. Yadro tries to turn a couple more punches. Toronto Tokyo gets the blink out. Faithion, solo, Mira there. But the Grave is also there. They try and kill him off in the duration of it. He's still staying alive. Dazzle's being there in a ton, but it's not quite enough.
Now Yadro.
Razor dead, Marcy dead, Ame, he's in trouble. The rest of the team is in the pit waiting for him on the side. These totems, they're doing a good choke, but the snowball save, it's right there on top of him. Trying to bring him down low, but he gets out. The 4-step keeping him alive. Pochka, he still lives through it. But this other creep on his Xingqiu, Ame, Joe trying to back away. They have the Will-O-Wisp up on there, keeping Mapochka out of the fight, and Collapse running out of mana, running out of damage. He also has to retreat. In the end, it's still just 1-for-1.
Both teams getting low on the resources as it ends, but the Spirit form helping out so much in that fight with the blinding lights bouncing there. The Will-O-Wisp got off a couple there, it looked like.
Yeah, he got 2 off. You can use it a lot when you have the cooldown talent at level 15, all the chakra magic. But look, you can see the Razor just walks in. He wants to bait this fight on himself, but even with every skill the game dropped on him.
Yeah, it didn't even.
He still walks away.
The grip. I love the idea of using the blinding or the Will-O-Wisp here inside that Wukong, because like so many things can't actually handle this ability, but you're able to just totally disengage and bring the fight further towards you. And then the refresh from Fate Beyond, unfortunately, stayed pretty low even afterwards, so it does drop fairly quickly here. But Yadro's BKB gets spent, and Y just sat in the pit the whole time.
It's a pretty good place to be.
The scariest here in the fight was actually this Viper. He was able to just kind of sit on the high ground. He has so much attack range. He almost killed the Naga by himself. He was just killing everyone at the end of the fight. Once the BKBs go on cooldown, once the spells go on cooldown, and you don't really focus his hero down, he does a lot of damage.
Unbelievable. And the double 4-steps getting both teams out of harm's way. As the gold keeps on growing, the thing that I'm noticing is that Naga, it's not changing. He's still scary, still doing a ton of damage, but it's these other heroes that are starting to become a problem, and I'm wondering if this is going to keep tilting Team Spirit's way in spite of that gold lead.
Well, Collapse getting the Agnums now as well, so even further upping the damage from this hero.
It's a nice way to keep kiting this Razor. He took the movement speed at 20, so he's a really fast hero, so they just need a way to kind of control him in these fights.
Also those levels, you can see Faith Beyond only 22. Naga does hit 25 for the extra mirror image cooldown.
Really fast Roche, only 20 seconds until it spawns.
Tokyo finds a target. A rare time when LGD are not together. They force out the BKB. Good Nightmare to dispose. Do they have it? Wukong's command down onto everybody. They have the Song of the Siren to try and retreat out of this one.
He's trying to get up the stairs. It's so slow.
Can they do anything else? Can they have the lockdown for Toronto Tokyo? No, he's got the BKB immediately on top of him. Needs to be careful. Sonic Wave pushes him back in. Sleep. Stun for the moment. Boundless Strike. The Hex. Toronto Tokyo taking a lot of damage, but not dead yet. He gets the blink out in the grip from the low ground. Mapochka found him for the snowball save. That keeps him alive. ZQ doing his job well. Collapse standing tall in the fight. And Toronto Tokyo runs into all of them. Fight 3 dead. They're all starting to fall. LGD, they outlast him in the spike. The blink forward. Naga will not be denied Abe as they run him down one by one. Team Spirit lose them all. We switch back and forth.
Looks like a reverse of the fight in the mid lane. And a really unfortunate timing. Roche just spawned with a refresher shard.
Oh, that is a lot of gold going their direction.
Yadro was doing his best to try and bring down Ame after that song, getting there on top of it, but you could just see that Faith Beyond doing way too much in this fight. He did like 3,000 damage by himself just to Yadro, just like chasing, hounding him down, ensuring that he'd be able to protect his Naga Siren, and in combination with Y, once again with these Graves, he's having way too good of a game on this Dazzle.
It's a really nice snowball as well. The Naga was a little too far up, got Graves, gets saved, and there's just so many rounds of spells coming out from the LGD. All of their heroes love these fights that last 20, 30 seconds. And again, kind of Wukong's command is they're big. That's their card for the side of Spirit.
Yeah, when it doesn't pay off, that's kind of the end of it for them. And you can see why he goes for it here, right? The toss in once again here from Mira. He's getting these good initiations that they really need again from the support duo between the Bane and the Marcy. It's really all they have to offer.
I like the presence of mind of Ame to just walk up the same hill as his team to stay connected with everyone.
Wait, they're in the base. Set on just going in for all of it. Now there are buybacks on a couple of different heroes here, but this is going to be another set of racks taken and maybe more. LGD, after pushing in all the waves, taking the Roche and now getting a refresher on Coddle, they might just be able to finish this one off.
That Courier's haste, and it's hopping and popping. It's getting there as fast as it can right now for nothing to say.
But it is not quick enough as they move in with the rest. Bane buys back. They got to get something out of this. Cannot afford to lose all of these buildings. Will-O-Wisp down. Tusk in some trouble. They want to take away the snowball that's been a bane for them this entire fight.
He has the Aegis on the Tusk, so even as ZQ goes down once trying to save his teammate, he doesn't really life.
And it matters. The cores are just too firm. There's no space, you know. Faith Beyond said, I'm not going to die.
Give you this first Aegis. It's fine.
Yeah, I got cheese, you know.
They're so ready for it, and sitting outside the base, we'll just send in the illusions. The gank squad, one by one, you can't kill them quick enough. What a disheartening way to lose mega creeps here. As the buildings are falling, creeps all up in them. And they'll just go for another round. They gotta do something to stop this, and that's a decent way to go. Boundless Strike, but immediately the BKBs isn't enough to bring down ZQ. The Gleipnir, they get him, but it's only one time. And in time, this Wukong's command, there's only so much that they can do. He manages to escape the snowball, going actually all the way to Toronto Tokyo. Got his control. Wukong's command is over. A good Boundless Strike to heal back up from it, but so much damage being thrown out from Faith Beyond. The Hex is there on the Monkey King. They got the control. The Force Staff to get him out. Everybody still survives through that.
Heal, mana, the walking fountain here from the side of LGD. Still even a cheese sitting there on the Razor if they need it. The siege continues. They've lost their big cards now for Yadro. No Wukong's command for 40 seconds.
No BKB either. It's very hard for him to enter the fight. Razor still has the refresher shard as well, so he has another round of spells if he needs. But LGD probably going to back off, reset. They're not really pressured. They have no Aegis, so there's no more timer on any of their heroes. Just the cooldowns. You wait for maybe the song, and then they'll look to go again.
Keep that farm going. Keep that undeniable pressure coming out.
Just get a bigger GPM number.
That's
Make you feel good when you see the stats.
Yeah, you know, that post game, you really want the big fat one there.
They get some vision down, immediately dewarded. You can see the pressure being mounted and really no answer at all right now from Team Spirit. They're all there and can't do a thing. Another round of the Hex. Disposed. On to one. That's a good target to get. Snowball save came too late. Mira still living through this. XinQ also far forward, dying to the totems. The monkeys, they get caught. They're in some trouble. Faith Beyond, they can't quite connect onto him. But Ame chasing. Ame, can they get anything to break in the balance strike? They find him. The rest of the team is gone. Disposed. Naga starting to drop. Where's your answer? Can you get out? He turns on Amira, but that won't help him. Ame dies. It should have been a clean escape, but LGD just losing a couple heroes.
I like watched Wyatt walk up and I was like, oh, that's funny. Why is he walking there? And then suddenly he was just disposed and dead. So I'm not sure what his goal was, but obviously it did not work out.
All right, LGD keeping it a bit interesting here, as they do all have buybacks. But a Monkey King bar on the Monkey King. What can these guys do with this little timing they've got? Can they force out a buyback? That would be enormous.
That was probably the worst start to a fight that could happen. The Dazzle gets caught, the Tusk goes in to try to save, doesn't blink enough close enough, and now they're probably going to force out buybacks.
Yeah, it was hard to believe. Silences as well there from Toronto Tokyo, helping out hugely.
Get the buyback on the Naga. They link him up though. The Hex, the Force Staff trying to keep him alive. Yadro pops the BKB. They're in pretty deep now. They get the Wukong's command down, but they've already lost Mapoche.
They're split now though.
Boundless Strike on one side of the ring. It's a little bit dangerous. They blow up another Faith Beyond. He's dead. Has to use the buyback. Can Team Spirit get out now? Collapse, TPing away. They don't have it. The Lincolns, but the Snowball's there. They catch and kill the Viper. He too will have buyback. All right, we got a couple buybacks. Things are getting a little bit spicy here towards the 50-minute mark.
Yeah, if any of these heroes no buyback go down, it could be really scary. Fortunately, Roche is not going to spawn for another at least 3 minutes, so everyone kind of has a little breathing room. But once these buybacks start going down, every kill matters more and more. I know Maposhka has no buyback right now on the bin, so we might see a high ground.
Naga too. This is kind of craziness here.
Yeah, that's now Naga Siren, Razor, and Tusk without their buybacks, right? So it could be something where LGD really don't feel that confident moving in at the moment with their massive lead, feeling that like if they come into them from the side of Team Spirit, the fights could be a lot easier for them.
I think if nothing else, just giving hope, you know?
Thankfully for us, the buybacks will be coming back online at around 60 minutes to 58, 59. So
that's what we like.
So maybe they'll be waiting for that.
Gunnar, you're learning quickly. I like this.
The tier 5 neutrals, you gotta see it. We've only had a couple games with them so far this event.
They did use a refresher shard on the Razor in the last fight, so all these Roche items are kind of running out for LGD. Only this cheese left for them, but this next Roche, it has everything. It has the Ags, it has the refresher, it has the cheese. That's the big one.
Any other big 25s that have come about are soon to be here.
Almost Tusk.
Mira's getting close too on the Marcy.
The Marcy one's a little interesting. He doesn't have an Ag, so he'll probably go for the spell immunity, but it'll be really nice to kind of help his Monkey King play these fights.
Good extra BKB to him for sure.
I think the big one is going to be XinQ's level 25.
Yeah.
We'll probably see, I believe I've seen him go for the chance punch.
Yes.
But I think the snowball cooldown in a game like this, where all you have to do is play these really long fights, play the save,
and live in the Wukongs, right?
Yeah, you just keep snowballing.
Maposhka and Mira, they're leading the charge. Smoke breaks. They see everybody immediately. They find the Dazzle. Again, the hero. It would be huge if they could get him. Boundless Strike down, put the Will-O-Wisp, being enough separation there. Mira now very far forward, doesn't have an ally to go to, and gets punished. This was not the fight that Team Spirit were hoping for.
Oh, I feel like I'm watching a feel-good movie. You know, this whole time the Dazzle's been saving the Coddle, saving the Course. This time it's the Scythe that saves Dazzle.
That's right.
They bait Y.
But now, Team Spirit, no Wukongs for 60 seconds. He had to BKB out Monkey, but that's a big tool.
They're gonna have to wait for it, and well, lucky for Team Spirit, Roche still capable of responding 40 seconds.
Ame has now purchased his 8th item. He has a BKB with a Butterfly backpack and a Moon Shard, and he has it in his belly right now. So very farmed right now.
It's a 900 GPM. Pretty good.
Middle tower is
we've had fast Roaches, we've had slow Roaches. LG deciding they're not going to wait around. Might leave an illusion in the pit perhaps here. We'll see how quick this one pops up.
They do have a ward up on this high ground for Team Spirit, and XinQ reveals it, that they were smoked together there. So no mad dash into the base. Wouldn't expect it from him, to be honest.
Oh, it's a quick one. 37 seconds for this Roche.
So Wukong's will be back up, and so too will Mira.
This Roche, honestly, is not going to be too big of an issue, but they really don't want to give it up. But LGD is so far from that. An extra Ags is, you know, what's another 6,000 gold?
In the end, the game usually ends before the Roche falls. It's merely the thing that forces the fight to actually occur.
Yeah. No, it's a fair point. Where it's sort of like a marginal benefit thing, right? Like if LGD get another one, it's not a huge deal, but for Spirit, all the extra bit of net worth they can get on these heroes is enormous.
Leondisk is off cooldown for Dazzle, so he has this tool back up that he can't really get jumped at the start. Zinq has one locked, so he's kind of just waiting for the right opportunity in the fight. So both of the supports for LGD really survivable at this point.
I'm a little surprised we haven't seen Yadro go for a refresher. He's queuing up right now the sort of synth with his Ags and then into the Blink Dagger.
I think he's probably feeling that he needs to actually kill the backline, that it's not good enough if he is able to exist for long in the fight.
Well, still no megas as they're hanging on to that one rack that was left behind, and a smoke as for
That's a lot of lines being drawn here.
They're running right into him. Tusk is the first point of contact, and can they bring him down? The Aeon Disc is there.
Nice assembly.
After the Boundless Strike, bringing him low, the Grave, they're right on top. Can they bring him down all the way? Zinq, the BKB, healing back up through it with that Song of the Siren, but Toronto Tokyo blinks forward, finds the Dazzle, tries to kill him with his BKB. Another round. Yadro, he's got the big Wukong, will it be enough? They try and bring him down low, but it's not quite there. Faith Beyond hiding out, the snowball in, and Zinq, he's done. On the sidelines for 2 minutes. This will be Wukong's down for what could end up turning into the Roche fight. We'll see if LGD want to go into the pit. It's dangerous, though.
On the other side, LGD did use all their big spells. The Razor used both of his ults as Refresher. Naga used Song. Naga still does a BKB and Razor's a BKB, so thankfully for them, they still have tools.
Toronto Tokyo is showing on the lane. Maposhka just taking a stroll through the river, but they blink to the side. They got him caught. Forstaff trying to chase after him. Boundless Strike. LGD, they're a little bit separated. Forstaff gets Faith Beyond back with the rest of the team.
The neutral's breaking him. Actually, Faith Beyond getting a little bit stuck there for a moment.
But look at the Radiant base. There's always this creep pressure bot. They might have to move a hero or two back, give this LGD space, and there's so much vision as well from these creeps. It kind of shows where all the Spirit heroes are.
Dude, on a knife's edge. Again, and the difference right now, of course, between going up 2-0 in a series and tying it up 1-1 is huge. But the creeps, they're hitting the tier 4 towers. They take down the first one.
Oh, they're lone warriors.
And Yadro, he wants to finish this. It's level 25 on Marcy. Illusions in the pit.
Wukong's back up.
They have BKB on Marcy too. The Hex to start, Will-O-Wisp down. Faith Beyond starting to threaten a little bit. Still, they're losing towers for this. Creeps are hitting. They need to deal with it, but the big jump forward, they actually miss on the Boundless Strike, but Faith Beyond, Marcy, that's so much damage! Mira says, I'll do it alone! Who needs another hero? Why goes down Toronto Tokyo, chases for more, and Ame off to the side. Do they have anything to break it? No. They have to TP back to home.
Mira could see nothing. He had no vision. That was the one hero he could grab, and somehow it works out. No cheese pop there.
And they find another. Connell on the high ground turns into a Hex, turns into a Piggy, but they'll take you down. Immediately buyback. None of those other heroes have buyback. It's Collapse. Airport Towers.
He's in the pit. He's finishing it off for the team right now.
Aegis on to Collapse.
He's the courier. Bring it all.
They need to deal with the creeps in the base, but they also have a creep wave mid. What are they going for? Divine Rapier picked up. They're leaving everything. We don't have a base. We want to end it now.
He's got the leveler as well on Yadro.
Team Spirit, do they go for the all-in? They're sending one back. It's just Mapochka to defend, but they got to keep these creeps alive. They got to stop the defense.
There's buyback in 30 seconds on the Razor, so only half of his death timer is going to actually be coming out. And the top wave, there's also this Mega Creeps.
Oh, they gotta be careful. Mapochka's not there. They're going instead for the racks. They don't want to attempt for the full-on push. They're trying to keep their own alive, but they take down the melee racks up in the top. God, Mapochka's doing it all alone. Poor Bane at home.
With enough.
They get what they feel comfortable with.
Yatoro he had an Ags in his inventory, took the blessing from Roche because he didn't want to buy the recipe for his Ags, and then sold his Ags.
Oh, there you go.
So he got it at free 2,000 gold. First trouble.
Do you think the rapier was a little premature?
Back to 50-50.
Is it a bit risky?
It's a little bit. Usually you buy that when you get that Aegis on yourself.
Yeah.
Maybe if he dies to creeps, gives Viper the rapier, it'd feel a little good. But
I'll tell you, those big numbers look cool though.
We are also 60 minutes is in 10 seconds, so the tier 5 neutrals.
It's time. Revenant's Brooch just about to be completed for the Quap. We got it done.
You look at a game like this too. I mean, something like the Mirror Shield with these disables, right? From Team Spirit would be huge between the Bane and the Marcy.
Book of Shadows, that's pretty good.
The Force Boots as well.
Pirate Hat for the Naga Siren. Oh my goodness. Just in case you didn't need enough.
Oh, look at the dead. It's back, baby.
Stygian Desolator for the Viper. This is what everybody gets excited for. The party hats come out. It's everybody's favorite day.
Toronto, Tokyo, Refresher, Scythe, BKB, Lincoln's. Look at this inventory. I mean, this is actually ridiculous. And yeah, that's a big Monkey King.
Oh, and the Refresher shard. Yeah, that's a good point. So he'll have the double Wukongs now. Arcanist armor finished for the Razor.
Thankfully, no Ex Machinas yet.
Not yet.
All these fights with the BKB having 2, 3 BKBs in the same period as one.
There's still 4 items go here now, Gunner. All right.
I won't
relax.
Everybody takes a little 2-minute break to go farm all the neutrals. This would be a good time to gank somebody maybe, but they want to get the item.
We're back to the no rush, Dave, huh? I just want some time to build up a little bit here.
Exactly.
Both teams with Arcanist's armor. This item reflects 40% of all the damage, so it kind of turns these team fights into giving everyone a mini blade mail in these late game team fights.
Yeah.
So what I'm hearing is that it's just going to be total chaos.
Yeah, both teams, everyone's going to have spikes above their heads. Everyone's going to have all the Necronomicons. I'm surprised Toki's actually holding it.
Yeah, me too.
I would think he would take the Desolator or just something.
Or wait.
Why don't you tell us a little bit about this Revenant's Brooch? Because it seems kind of like an interesting game for it.
It's really nice versus the Naga. It gives him True Strike for 5 hits, and it kind of gives him a way to get past the evasion. It's going to make him basically do triple the damage to the Naga with his right clicks for the 5 hits.
If he catches that Naga, can he kill her alone, or is it just like bringing her down really low?
She will die to the double sheep, the Refresher, the Revenant's Brooch. If he clicks all of his 20 buttons, the Naga will die.
20 buttons to victory. Sounds pretty good.
This is why every time before the big matches, you see the pro players in the demo mode. They're just popping through, flying all their fingers. Gunner's even doing before our cast right now. This is what you're practicing for, right? This exact situation?
Ooh, the Apex.
Oh, that's what you practice for.
I think they might give that actually to the Queen of Pain. Oh, they give it to the Viper.
Interesting.
The Mirror Shield, though.
Oh, that's a big one. That is so huge for LGD.
Especially for the Razor. He's the one who wants to walk in first every single fight. And now, there's a Hex on the Quap. There's the Nightmare that'll get reflected. Even the Viper Strike.
I mean, and you've got to do so much clicking on these heroes to try and find out who has what item, because it changes everything. A blade mail picked up at 62 minutes for the Tusk.
Wow, with all these Arcanist armors, too. So he's holding the Arcanist and buying a blade mail. Xingqiu has the biggest brain.
I think it's so that he reflects 140% damage?
Yeah.
Or no, 120.
Oh, sorry.
Sorry.
Just a little bit.
Yeah. At least Spell Lifesteal doesn't work on it. No, 95%
good.
Spell Lifesteal Quap.
Yeah, that's true. We did get past that.
The good old days.
Oh, okay. Well, we have a backup right here as well.
Fine. Number 2 for Yadaro has buyback after. And we'll see what happens. I hope y'all were anticipating a good one, because this grand finals is shaping up to be beautiful. Arlington, he's still with us as they walk on in. They find the dispose. The song's there immediately. Faith Beyond, BKB backs away. They try and disengage from this one. Yadaro's still chasing. He get out with the rest wide. Walks in. Ooh.
He pops the Aegis, though, for the Dazzle right before the TP ended.
Oh my goodness.
Doesn't feel that great for LGD. Both of their supports have to use the Aeon Discs. They are like about 2-minute cooldowns on both of them.
Faith Beyond BKB'd as well.
Yeah. And they use Naga Song, so a lot of cooldowns actually for the side of LGD versus Team Spirit didn't really use much. Monkey has everything, Viper has everything, Queen of Pain has everything. So they might try to go right now up this hill.
Well, nothing to say is leading.
They are right up the hill. Marcy caught. Nightmare try and get it off. Has the BKB. Needs to back out. Turns around with the Unleashed but dead. Has the buyback. Toronto Tokyo throws out one Sonic Wave. Round 2 coming in just a moment. Trying to bring down Xingqiu. It's doing a lot of damage though to the Quap with that blade mail out. Couple more punches are available.
Bounce back.
Reflects back. Still bringing down that Tusk lower and lower. Collapse. Not willing to go for the full commit.
Very nice haste rune for Collapse, able to just kite the fight out.
He played with such confidence through that as well, with the movement speed and the Apex. Just knowing it's very unlikely he goes down, but they're able to back up, take Xingqiu out of there. Ow. I mean, it doesn't get any better than that.
64 minutes in, you couldn't want anything else.
Did ZQ sell his Aegis?
I don't know what he's doing. He's a psycho.
He needs eggs. He's trying to find the game breaker.
Yeah, both teams are trying to find the ways. Even Ame doesn't have the eggs, which is, I think, a little surprising at this point. He has 11,000 gold, so he can probably find a way to buy it at some point.
And you just gotta imagine what could have been if they just sent those illusions at the melee reps. Yadaro gonna set up shop, walk on in and say, I'm tired of this. It's time to hit some buildings. Force out the glyph. LGD, do they feel confident walking into this? Still some extra duration left, but as it wears off, they'll back away. And the net gonna be reflected. Back the other way at them. Big beyond. Goes out.
Air shield.
Yeah, nothing doing there.
Also the, what's that one called? The Book of Shadows.
Yeah.
Kind of just makes them not exist anymore.
Yeah, we have that on both sides for that additional save that's going to be available here, or potential disable.
You can see Mirror just pings the Divine Rapier in his fountain, probably laughing that there's littering. These legendary swords just thrown away for your second life.
Hex, late game done for the Razor. Toronto Tokyo collapse, they walk around the hill, they find him with the Hex, the Nightmare's there from Approachka if they need it. Collapse BKB, 4 steps away, the sleep is now there onto the Queen of Pain, but the Book of Shadows keeping her alive. Yadaro still has not popped that refresher, Boundless Strike waiting, gets it off, stun onto 2, fake Beyond, in some trouble, Dispose comes out, but they're gonna reset this fight. Toronto Tokyo's waiting on the outside of it. LGD, do they want to take this? They get the silence, force out the BKB, ZQ looking for the punch, he finds that one. But to end the chase, Yadaro, Boundless Strike, finding him, but the Grave is there. Why's been playing these so perfectly, but Mira right on top as the Grave wears out. Can they bring him down, jump in, go all in, find the kill? No more Tusk.
He tried to hold out on that snowball.
He also tried to save the BKB for, like, his escape, but fortunately goes down.
And that's going to be a hefty cost away from that Aghanim Scepter now. It's going to be very hard to find that one.
Also a late Roche, so these teams not really going to know when this objective spawns, what to do. There's still 2.5 minutes, but...
When is tier 6? Is that soon?
It's 120 minutes.
Oh, okay.
Perfect.
I hear that's in a couple days maybe, who knows? Next patch comes out possibly.
Maybe depending on how long this game goes, it'll have to be updated.
Sure enough. I can see this fight though, it just gets so messy in here. When you have the Book of Shadows save, it's like you can't do anything to that target. Ooh.
Queen of Pain gets saved, and Monkey King has no refresher, so he had no ult or BKB for this fight, but it's hard to focus just one hero.
I mean, it's just total chaos. No one really knows on a team like what's happening. You're just like screaming out heroes, trying to blow something up first. And the song's there. Ami like runs in a circle by the outpost before BKBing. But they're just grabbing bounty runes.
It's hard to actually understand your limits on damage. You don't play this type of Dota enough to know, oh, I see a hero here, I can just go kill him. Because you're assuming, oh, they have a Bane, he's gonna Nightmare, that's all I have to worry about. But so much save, it's just so hard to like understand it for these players.
It feels like just like blind faith. You just like jump in, you just have to like hopefully you've got enough.
Even now, they're probably gonna start accepting the Book of Shadows as a save. And just have to jump multiple targets at the same time, or only use one round of spells, because that fight they used Refresher instantly on Faith Beyond to get double sheeps on the Queen of Pain.
And did finally pick up that Synth as well. Been waiting for a while there for Ame, so finally said that, you know what, I guess 4K surplus will be fine.
Yeah, gets that one done. No, like you're saying though, it's like if you use the double commitment of like that single target lockdown and then a Book of Shadows comes out, you've just wasted it all basically. So scary stuff, and the flowchart Dota has been exploded. It no longer exists. It's all madness now, and who thrives more madness, we'll find out. As 70 minutes is approaching and waiting for that next Roche respawn. 50-50 still. Who's to say? Who's to say?
50-50 for so long.
If we go to the buybacks, we'll see that only the position 4s on both teams don't have it. So every core has buyback. Everyone's going to want this Roche. And it's just going to be an objective that force, and the Aegis honestly won't matter. It's going to be how many buybacks you have to use to get the objective.
Yeah, I feel like Mira's going to be picking up this one or something,
Where's InQ?
Yeah.
Unless you're leading to one way for the next fight.
That's right. Who knows?
Got my theories.
Dota Plus told me a 50-50. I'm going to trust them till I see it.
Alright, you go that side, I'll go this side. We got it all covered.
Well, neither team also wanting to give up a bad fight just in case. This is the one thing, right? This objective is far less important than losing the fight. If you lose the fight going into this, the game just might be over at that point.
This is the advantage right now for LGD, because they have a Naga and they have the two sides of racks, so waves always push for them. They get the vision. It's constantly going to be Spirit heroes that have to walk backward, push the lane, show their heroes. So in the really long fight, you know, the 3 minutes of AFKing around the Roche pit, LGD will have a slight lead, but in terms of if the fight actually starts, it's really hard.
So far, they're still holding it far enough out from Team Spirit that they're able to engage right now. They can't get the pressure to force someone back from the side of Team Spirit.
Roche slowly falling, so the people trying to just get vision of him, walking out into the river, back in over and over.
He's truly the tormented one here.
Well, you can say it, that little advantage you were talking about, 52 now. But 70 minutes in, and the key things will be, as you said, those buybacks, the position where the fight takes place. Monkey King queuing up that refresher after having so much gold just sitting around. 809 GPM. Over 1,000 right now for Ame.
Oh, he can end the game now. That's for GPM.
He was just waiting for 1,000 GPM.
Yeah.
Tusk is 800 gold off the Ags. I think that's a really big item, especially against the Monkey King. We've talked so much about this one Wukong's, and if you have a free tool that kicks him out.
Oh, well, now it's 2 Wukong's.
Smoke. Ame in the trees. Do they see the vision? Do they spot him? They do, but the blink back. Mira, just a second too late. It's so dangerous that that's the hero that has to go forward too without buyback.
Level 30 Monkey King. I don't think I've ever seen this talent actually into play. He had zero cooldown on his spring, which means he gets to jump down from the trees as fast as he wants to. His limit is the mana at this point.
Interesting. That's kind of crazy. Yeah, and I guess mana is a little bit of a concern. Doesn't have that many items for it.
Especially if he wants to be able to use the refresher and the double ults. He has to... Honestly, he might not want to use it that often.
Yeah, it could be a bit of a problem here.
In case of emergencies only. But Faith Beyond making the long wrap around Toronto, Tokyo.
The crazy plot popping like
double spell block. Links, BKB, Sonic Wave, one time. Yadaro in, has the Boundless Strike. Wukong's down. Can they get out? They push Xingqiu in even deeper.
He's the only one stuck. Get him out of there.
Long duration. I mean, the grave is early.
Oh, toss back in.
Dispose the Burger. That's the BKB right there. The Hex is out. Can they do it? Chase forward. Broken. Pops with the refresher. Then Cheese is out. Faith Beyond keeping himself alive. The snowball. Have the Will-O-Wisp down. It was one hit away. Need a little bit of separation there. Yano getting all of his damage drained.
Yeah, Faith Beyond so much.
Can they do it? They don't even feel confident, even with all that damage there, to run into the Wukong's command.
Oh, the Obs and Sentry combo put right in the middle as well to help her during this fight, but it's a retreat from LGD, and now they say, alright, we head towards that Roche pit. What do you have left in the tank?
You can see even Ame, his Naga Siren's trying to take a little nap. His head is backwards. This game feeling really long for his hero.
That's true.
No way to end it.
It's an exhausting hero to play. You know, it's one of those tinker heroes. When you're getting the full micro on.
It also feels very bad because he's kind of absorbing all the farm, even though he doesn't need it.
Yadaro willing to walk in, has the Desolator. Stygian online, Song of the Siren, 15 seconds for being done. Is this the moment for Team Spirit? Book of Shadows, available if they need to use it, but on the other side, they found Mira, pops the BKB with the sidekick. Maposhka under control, the Hex is out. Needs to get up that cliff, but can't quite get there. They turn on Ame though! Dropping with the grave again from Y! He's always there! The grip though, there's nothing to break that. Maposhka secures the kill. Ame's gone. Xingqiu, he's Book of Shadows, he's in trouble. Oh, you're right, he can't get back to the fight. He needs a refresher. All that gold and he can't TP to his team. That's not what they needed on LGD.
There's still more snowballs.
Still looking, yeah, they get out. They need to go in and finish off this Roach potentially here. Or they just reset, wait for the fight.
This has lasted so long, there's another Wukong's back up though.
Unbelievable. These fights, just mass insanity. This game has gone the distance and a bit more than that.
Xingqiu with 5,000 gold. Maybe we see this Axe.
He's running all the way home.
But it might not come soon enough.
What can they find here?
Gets recalled by the Coddle.
Roche is very low. Roche is very low, and Yadaro wants to finish it. Drops the Wukong. Say, come and deal with me. BKB there. Xingqiu, like a madman, walks into the pit. The totems, the golems, the no, baby, he goes in. He takes it. It's refresher. The grave. He has it all. Aces on the collapse. That's going to be good for them. Team Spirit, they get two. No Xingqiu for 2 minutes. The Hex. It's on to Naga. Can they kill him off in time? Tries to survive the heal. It's not enough. Another grave. But I don't think they have the damage. I don't think they can get him out. Can they do it? No. Yadaro with the triple at the throne. The throne is open. Team Spirit, they gotta deal with their base. They're back with Toronto Tokyo. He's gonna keep it alive.
Oh, that's
kill. Yadaro, he's too strong. Baytheon pops the refresher, needs a BKB, but the Rapier. Yadaro, God, GG. If you just woke up, if you're staying up late, we got a grand finals here. Team Spirit even it